Hello everybody, welcome to this week's version of Full Force. We are going over the Modern Cube, which is pretty much the same as the Legacy Cube. It's missing a bit of the mana, like it doesn't have, obviously, the revised dual lands, things like that. For the most part, it kind of feels very samey, which is a bit of the issue with all of these cubes. Yeah, I love the Twisted Color Pie Cube, because that one was so wild and different. Like, that one was very interesting to me. The Legendary Cube was kind of the same thing. These cubes are starting to feel very, very similar for the most part. This Full Force is going to be on doing blue-red tempo stuff, because that's something that we haven't really done a whole lot of. So I think that we want to take Steam Vents or Tidings. I'm going to take Steam Vents here. There's a lot of missing mana fixing, I think, in this one. Like, the mana fixing, I guess, is still there. Wow, Consecrated Sphinx. That's a great pickup for us. Like, I think that the fixing is still there, but it's just worse. Like, you have to deal with, instead of, like, a revised duels or whatever, you're going to have a Dark Art Wastes. Things like that. So you're just going to have slightly less effective pieces of tempo. So we're kind of going blue-red burn tempo. Even with that theme, we don't want cards like in that last pack. There was the... Oh my goodness, now I can't remember its name. The one that becomes a 3/2 flying insect. You don't want the 1-drop. It's not good. It's very hard to flip, even if you're trying to go spells and tempo people out. But we're going to try and go, like, spell burn and do that. So, like, lots of counter spells and lots of burn spells. Consecrated Sphinx can be our finisher. Wouldn't mind Shrine of Burning Rage or Char in this kind of a deck. I actually think that there's a spot for a lot of burn if you're going to go this route and try and be pretty aggressive. We have Imprisoned in the Moon, Chasm Skulker, and Essence Scatter. I think Essence Scatter here. One of the nice things about these cubes all being very similar between, like, Modern Cube, Legacy Cube, and Vintage Cube is that a lot of the things that you can pick up in a cube like this are transferable across, you know, the Modern, Vintage, Legacy cubes. All of them will be very similar for some of the lessons that you'll learn and some of the archetypes that you can draft. Jam this Essence Scatter. This is the type of deck that we really want to get, say, a Snapcaster Mage, because it's aggressive and it'll get all of our spells back. Get a Dissolve. Right now we're just Control, which is not bad. I don't mind having a lot of counter spells in this style deck, but I wouldn't mind some aggression too. Could take Gorger. It's not the best aggressive card. I'd rather have, like, actual burn spells. Maybe something that's a little more impactful than a Gorger. Could take Jace, Unraveler of Secrets. And it's not the best Jace, by far, but it is a Jace. Any Planeswalkers are pretty decent. Can't go too wrong with them. I'll take a Jace. And hopefully... Oh, wow, Inferno Titan. Well, we have a lot of finishers. I could take Psionic Blast. It's nowhere near the level of Inferno Titan. I would want to play Psionic Blast in this deck for sure. For the people that don't know, because for some reason they put in the text list versions on the Magic Online. It's 4 damage, target creature or player, and 2 to you. So it's Char. It's the original Char. I'm going to just take Inferno Titan, though. And then hope to pick up some early red cards. Chandra Nalar is fine, but I need to start actually taking some aggression if we're going to do this archetype. And I want to grab Borderland Marauder. It's not the best card, but it's pretty early and aggressive, which is nice. Hellrider is sweet. Architect of Thought is nice, but I think that I like the Hellrider a little bit more. Our mana is going to be tough. We want to pick up a lot of mana fixing. I'm thinking Hellrider because we might be able to make some tokens. If we can make some tokens. Delver of Secrets. That's the name of the card I was trying to think of. Finally get there. Yeah, I don't like Delver of Secrets. It's hard to get enough spells and enough aggression together in the same deck to make this card work. Prophetic Flamespeaker could be okay. If it hits people, it's pretty insane. Dead and Gone. Honestly, Dead and Gone's not bad. Kind of flexible removal slash tempo spell. Kill little creatures or get rid of big ones. Pretty decent. I'm hoping to pick up Snapcaster as one of the main cards in the next pack. Char didn't come back around, which is unfortunate. But I want really good burn spells. Like, Collective Defiance would be good. Wouldn't mind Saheeli and maybe go a little bit combo-y with it. Smash to Smithereens. I don't actually like Smash all that much in this deck. I don't think there's enough artifacts in this cube to justify it as the problem. Shrine of Burning Rage is interesting. It's not nearly as good here as it is in mono red. For obvious reasons, you don't have nearly as many red spells. But it is a nice, like, consistent source of damage every single turn. Chandra does similar things, and I might just take the Chandra. So I think I do that. I could very easily see taking the Shrine. I just feel like right now we don't have enough reason to justify it. Prison to the Moon's good removal. I'll take that. Ire Shaman's not the worst, but I think I'm better with the Imprisoned. Dragon Lord. I might play Dragon Lord. I'm not super excited about it, but it's a possibility. I'd love to get more blue-red fixing. Some fetch lands would be perfect. Ooh, Psionic Blast Wield. Nice. That's a card that I really wanted. So yeah, goal is, like, stick a Gorger into Marauder, and then Essence Scatter, Dissolve, and Psionic Blast everything else. Win the game. That will be what we're trying to do. Nice thing that we happened upon in this first pack was we did get two amazing finishers, like two of the best blue-red finishers that there are. And that means that, yeah, we can go the super aggressive counterspell tempo kind of route, but we can try and, like, go, okay, Gorger, Marauder, Dissolve. But if we go Gorger, Marauder, they kill both of them with, like, some kind of electrolyze type effect. And we're just sitting there with Dissolve in our hand. Well, that's okay, because we still have these at the top end. We're not losing out too much, because we actually have incredible top end. Yeah, we get wiped early. Kind of sucks, but we can wait, slow down, go a little more controlling, and let Sea Sphinx or Inferno Titan win it. I like Tamiyo. Magma Jet's really good for this deck. That's the exact kind of card that I want. It's card selection and its burn, which is just perfect. It's cheaper. I might want it over Tamiyo. Tamiyo is just such a great planeswalker, though. Like, better than Jace. Upgrading Tamiyo. Is that better than Magma Jet? Like, it's basically an upgraded Jace. I don't know that I can run too many at the top end. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think I like the Magma Jet. Anticipate's great. Oh, but there's also Scalding Tarn. Well, I just have to take Scalding Tarn. Our mana's already kind of dicey. Like, we're going to have Dissolve, Chandra, Kargan Dragon Lord, Hell Rider, like, all in the same deck. We're going to need a lot of really good mana. It's too bad that this Anticipate's here, because I'd love to take it. Pia and Kieran wouldn't be bad, but, man, Anticipate's just fantastic for us. Love them early spells. Getting us card selection. Burst Lightning. It's really hard to pass Ashiok. This card is super busto. Sword of War and Peace isn't the worst either. There's a lot of good choices here, like Serum Visions, Burst Lightning, Thirst for Knowledge, Flame Javelin, maybe not, just because we're not mono red, and Ashiok are all great. Oh, this is a tough one. I mean, my inclination, as anybody that watches my channel, is to just take Ashiok, because the card is so broken. I think I'm going to take... I feel like I take the Serum Visions here. I need a little bit of draw. I don't have any yet. I want that early game. We're not really playing the Ashiok deck, and my mana is already going to be tough between the two colors because of the cards that we're trying to play. So I should leave it alone. We've got Flooded Strand for fixing. Conscripts as just an awesome, like, steal your Planeswalker, attack for a bunch kind of card. And Looterial Core. This is a great way to lock up a game. Like, You beat them down early with Dragon Lord Marauders, whatever. They're getting low, you steal one of their defenders and just bash through with everything. I think that I might have to take the Flooded Strand, though. Luterial Core has been going really late a lot of the time, so I might be able to wheel that. I'll take the Flooded Strand and hope. The best choice, you know. Taking cards and hoping you get other ones. Stagger Shock is awesome. Aether Adept is also very good. I like both of these. This is really good tempo. This is really good removal / burn. I think I take the Aether Adept this time. I have a decent number of spells already. I have Dead Gone, Magma, the Psionic Blast, Serum Visions, some counter spells. I don't have a lot of creatures. I just have 7. So I'd like a couple more. I think Aether Adept is what I want there then. Mizium Mortars is great removal. I'll just snap that off. Porcelain Legionnaire wouldn't be bad. This card gets overlooked because people go, oh, it's white. But it's actually just not. It's just 2 damage and 2 colorless. Should never ever look at this card as being white. Take the Mizium Mortars. Gold Knight Castigator, Into the Royal, Dissipate, Devil's Play. These are all really good. I think I like the Dissipate. I like having a lot of counter spells. Everybody's playing very powerful things. If you want to beat them, stop their powerful things. Pro tip. Destroy target land you control and land you don't control. Don't care about that. I think we just take Frostwalker. It's aggressive and blue. Deal. Tamiyo Wield. Wow. I think we've cut blue pretty well then. Although, didn't get the Anticipate back, so that's interesting. Because that was the pack with Anticipate. So we wheeled Tamiyo, but didn't wheel Anticipate. I've got to think that somebody then is in a bunch of colors, like maybe a 3-color deck or something, and it's hard for them to cast the Tamiyo. Ooh, Thirst for Knowledge is sweet. Don't mind that. Didn't get the Burst Lightning back. Looter did come back. Nice. Glad to see that one back around. It's a little bit of pressure, and it's great selection. What are we cutting here? We have a lot of really good cards. Might just be Jace. We already have 22 after pack 2. Zergo probably doesn't need to be in the deck. Same with the Gorger. I'd like to have slightly higher impact creatures. I want some early aggression, but I don't know that they need to be these. I'm not sure that this deck is as good in this format as it normally is. It's pretty awesome in Legacy and Legacy Cube for sure. But it also has Splinter Twin combo in there. It doesn't in this one. That is one of the big changes in this version between like Legacy and Vintage Cube. Even though I went a little bit complaining about how samey they are. Like I said, there are some advantages and there are some differences too. Like some of the advantages of having the same cube, and that people that don't draft cube a lot can get familiar across multiple cubes and it transfers over. Like the knowledge isn't totally different every single cube. Actually kind of like Lodestone Golem. It's a big beater. 4 mana 5/3 is pretty large. If we can just back it up with a bunch of removal / bounce stuff, which is kind of what we're trying to do. Hey, I like Legionnaire a lot too. Then Lodestone Golem looks better than normal. Wormcoil Engine. Ankoth, Disallow, Coalition Relic, Bonfire. Ton of good cards here. I like Koth. I don't think I need Wormcoil. I already have Titan and Sphinx. And right now, like, we're looking so aggressive that I don't know that I really want to play these. I mean, I do because they're insane, but it's going to be hard to squeeze them in. I'm thinking that it's a Koth. Could be Stratus Dancer. Stratus Dancer is a body and a counterspell, which is pretty useful for this style of deck, but Koth seems great. It's a 4/4 hasty beater, and it later on just means that you win the game, because once your mountains have tap, deal 1 damage, you win very shortly. It's almost impossible to stop that. Saheeli picks away at the opponent. It's a thing that we can do. There's also Karizev and Polluted Delta. Polluted Delta fetching our Steam Vents is pretty solid. It's funny that there's the Felidar Guardian and the Saheeli in the same pack, because that is the combo. Karizev. I don't think I really want that. It's good with equipment. I'm not going to have equipment. We already passed Bone Splitter. And Grafted War Gear. Passed one of the swords. Yeah, I think that we just take Polluted Delta. Saheeli might even come back. It's a pretty good chance. Syrian Blaze, Mist Raven. Mist Raven's kind of interesting. Ooh, there's Smuggler's Copter. Do I have enough creatures to crew that? I'm sure I can make enough creatures to crew it. I mean, we've got... I don't know that I can play Dragon Lord, but Marauder. We have some 1-drops if I really want to play them. Depends on how aggressive we want to go with this build. I wanted to go the aggressive / tempo build, so I think I might just do that. It's not a build that I'd often do. Normally I'd go the more controlling routes. This is kind of fun. Temple of Epiphany, Shivan Reef, Goblin Guide. Good cards. I love the fixing. I have a fair bit already. I mean, I've got a lot of fetch lands. Could just take Guide. Guide is disgusting. If I want to go the more aggressive route, God, it hurts really bad to cut these cards. I just want to point out how painful that is. Probably cut Dead Gone. If I'm playing things like this, I kind of want the Guide. I think I want the Guide. It's just so good. Ooh, Glenalundra. Hello. It is a little bit of a beat stick. I mean, 2/2 flyer is not totally irrelevant, and it locks up a game. Glenalundra is disgusting, so I'll just slam Glenalundra. Thriving Grubs might come back around. Not a great card, but it is early game, and I would like more early game. Oh, baby. Snapcaster Mage is perfect. We talked about that before being really good for us. I'm going to take out Imprisoned in the Moon as well. I'll just try and use, like, Into the Royal and Aether Adept and stuff instead. Maybe some counter spells. That's kind of what I want to do. And right now we only have to play 16 cards. Stoke the Flames is cool. Phantasmal Image seems fine, but not amazing. I'd rather have a Stoke. Exquisite Firecraft, more burn. Grim Lavamancer would be pretty cool, too. Which one do I want more? Lavamancer or Firecraft? Lavamancer is really good if we're playing a bunch of spells. We just get to exile them and keep burning the opponent. We also have a bunch of fetch lands to fill our graveyard. Like, there's a lot of ways to get cards into our graveyard in this deck. I think it might still be the Firecraft. Oh, it's close. I actually like the Lavamancer. I could be very wrong on that one. Stratostancer. Yeah, we're going to go the aggressive route with this one. As much as I would love to play Consecrated Sphinx and Inferno Titan, I might just leave those in the sideboard and switch it out when I need to. Take the Karizev. It doesn't matter. None of those cards are good for us. Syrian Blaze is reasonable. I'm probably not main decking it. I do have a lot of fetch lands, which are good with Syrian Blaze. Getting the landfall trigger when I need it. It's not amazing against the deck that doesn't have a ton of creatures, is the thing. Gonna be a very interesting build. I get the feeling that I take out the Kargan Dragon Lord. The card's pretty good, but double red on turn 2 is a little tough. Requires a lot of red mana to keep leveling up. I think it can go Shivan Reef. It's a snap pick. Too bad it didn't get the temple back, but can't really expect it. Can probably cut one of the counter spells. Maybe a Stratostancer. I think Dissipate can leave. The Exile doesn't matter as much in this cube, but the Scry might be important. This is 15. Thriving Grubs. Into the Royal. Could take out Mizium Mortars because it doesn't burn. It doesn't go to the face. Like, the card's good, but it doesn't go face. I can side it back in if I need a lot of removal against the person. Probably take a Lodestone Golem and just go even more aggressive. This would be 16 lands. What do I have for removal now? I've cut a bit of it. I have Scatter, Dissolve, Into the Royal, Psionic Blast, Stoke the Flames. Maybe I want a Syrian Blaze. Magma Jet. Magma Jet's in there still. Do kind of want a Syrian Blaze. Question is over what? Maybe we're Into the Royal. Royal's a little slow. Yeah, I think this is the deck. I'm actually just good to go with this. I think that the Syrian Blaze is okay in this cube because there's a lot of creatures in this one. Some of the slight differences between this one and, say, like, Legacy Cube are that there does tend to be a little bit more of a creature focus. It's not entirely on the spells. So, like, it's shifted a bit from that more towards the creatures. I feel like there's a little bit less in terms of, like, almost zero creature type control decks. Although we probably could have gone that route. I mean, Sphinx, Tameo, Jace, Titan, Koth, just play a bunch of, like, Mizium Mortars and counter spells, Thirst for Knowledge, Imprisoned, and go for the really late game instead. I like the idea of going super aggressive, though. This is fun. Alright, I'm going to add some lands. I'm going to leave this as the deck. It gives us 6-4. I need a lot of early red for both the 1-drops and for the Syrian Blaze. I think that's okay, so 6-4 seems right. It'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 11 and 9. Yeah, like, that's pretty good mana. I think that we did a good job of doing that. Oh, we still need another land. Well, let's go 6-5 then. I think. Just sort it by color again. One last time. We've got a lot of double red. Only Aether Adept and Dissolve are double blue. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just want to have 12. 12-9. Alright, I'm going to go 12-9. Seems a little silly, but I want to have these on turn 1. Like, I need to hit the turn 1 Goblin Guide. That's the thing that I want to have. Alright. Submit this, and I will see everybody for round 1. If our opponent doesn't have a flying blocker, we technically have them dead. Rampaging Baloths. Rush Me hits, Strangle Rootgeist, and I think we've got the game. I still have a lot of mana, though. I'm saying that thinking that they're getting close to tapped out.